Right, folks, welcome to Approaching Boston, our first stop on the Around the World 737-900 extended range trip that we are doing completely around the world in this, well, not this, exact 737. We're not going to fly in this exact airplane all around. We're going to try to stick to the routes, the real world routes the best we can. But anyway, if you're not already, please consider subscribing so you can actually follow along with us as we go around the world. Should be fun. That being said, here we are on our first stop of that tour. We are coming in from Seattle all the way across transcontinental to Boston. And we're coming into Boston 22 left today. A classic Boston arrival. Weather's looking pretty decent. Our descent wasn't great in that we went through some thunderstorms that were back over the west there. However, now it seems that Boston likes us. So we are gonna be looking great, I think. Anyway. Oh, 1 second. Let's look at this. Oh, and another admin note. No one is currently on VATSIM, so we are not currently on VATSIM just to ensure a smooth takeoff and landing situation. We don't have to contend with traffic. However, as you guys know, I love this view, so I wanted to give it a couple seconds. Alright. Hope everybody had a great Thursday today. Hope everybody's life is going well. If it's not, drop a comment down below and we'll give your username our thoughts and prayers, even if you're not in a place that you want to even talk about it. So, too much positive energy, never a good thing, or never a bad thing. Ugh. And, just know somebody cares about you. Even if that somebody is a random person on the internet. There's the beautiful Atlantic Ocean coming in right into Boston. You see the harbor over here. Boston Harbor. As you see right there in front of us, that's exactly where we're going to be headed. So, as you guys know, here on Duck, let's hit some brakes. Hit our air brake a little bit. Pass down through 10,000. I was screwing around outside, so we need to get in here and lock in, as the kids say. So let's get into it. Lights on for safety. Boom, boom, boom. Ding the attendants. Logo light on. We're good for that. Roll that on up. Set that on there. And ladies and gentlemen, we are set up for our approach. And we're going to go ahead and take over and tell that thing to be quiet. And my airplane. Let's get after it. You see what I did there. I set flaps 1, which basically just extends these guys, extending the leading edge of the plane, slowing us up, increasing the drag, but also increasing the lift at lower speeds.
Will be stopping by with food and beverages. For now, ladies and gentlemen, we are starting our
Don't pay
descent.
her no mind.
Please return your seat backs and tray tables to their full upright
She had a
position.
couple drinks,
Be sure
a
that
couple
your
airplane
luggage is
bottles
properly
in
stowed
the back.
either in one of the
She
overhead
needs to.
bins or under
She
the
needs to
seat
get
in
to
front of
the
you. Please turn off any electronic devices
overnight
until we have arrived
fast.
safely at the gate. Thank you.
We are done as a crew after that transcontinental, or at least she is. Look at that gorgeous Boston. Beautiful, brisk, beautiful, probably. Summer afternoon in Massachusetts, it looks like. If anybody's tuning in from Massachusetts, drop a what's up down in the chat. Oh, by the way, guys, I wanted to mention the growth on this channel. We are doing great. We're at like 34 subscribers. That's just outstanding. And I am honored and humbled to have, or to, I don't know that many people give a crap about me flying airplanes and talking crap. It is kind of encouraging though. So please keep tuning in. And if you're not subscribed, we do have a lot of fun here. So consider doing so if you'd like it. I've gone to flaps 1. I don't know if you guys heard me call that out. Let's give you a quick shot. Wing flexing. Flaps 1 there. Yeah. We're probably through our turn. We should go check since we don't have autopilot. I'm just out here getting scenic. We're gonna skip a couple of those. Oops. That might be better, huh? But anyway, we're gonna skip a couple of these waypoints because as you can see, we are low in our descent. So our options would be to either flatten out and ride it at 5 until we get all the way around, which we can. Why don't we just do that? Let's take the scenic route. So basically what we're doing here is we're at flaps 1, which keeps us right at about 190 knots is our target. I am way too far because I was thinking, yeah, why not? Let's skip a few waypoints. But as you heard, I convinced myself otherwise. I am often my own worst enemy, folks. Someday a psychiatrist might figure out why. Until then, you all are stuck with me. Crazy Doc Hook. Alright. Let's hit that. Boom. Flaps 2. And we're still keeping it relatively pretty shallow of an approach. I don't want to gain altitude, but I also am not trying to lose altitude. So I am really trying to maintain exactly where I'm at least until I get spun around with enough distance to catch the center line, adjust my, set up for final, and be ready to go. That's how my brain generally works through this kind of deal. Now, I've been doing, I remember very clearly, I've been doing Boston arrivals quite a lot in my sim aviation career, in that we have to earn, you know, being able to fly whatever airplanes we want to fly. You have to work yourself up through through the ranks by flying regional jets and whatnot. But one of my regional routes that I would fly, big fan of mine, was the Detroit to Boston, and then to New York, and then DC, because that right there gives you like 4 flights, and you could knock it out in like 2 hours. So if you're training for a virtual airline or trying to rank up in a virtual airline, that, young ladies and gentlemen, is how you go about it. Short hops, landings and takeoffs, that's what you need. You need to put landing gears to tarmac as many times as possible. Alright, and here you go, guys. You see we are getting here in line over to the left to our port side. If looking from our center line, you can see 22 left running up. So as soon as we start getting comfortable where it's at, we check our winds. Our winds are coming down at 210, so 215, whatever. So just off it'll be just off our left, our port side. So let's go ahead and turn and see if we can't get set up a little on the left and see if we can't get blown a little bit that direction. And also phrasing. Alright, gears down. We're not doing flaps 3 yet. We're still at flaps 2. Let me slow up.
2500.
But I'm with that. We got steady wind, and it is a little shifty. Let's go ahead and go flaps 3. Let's start cooling our descent rate down because we're coming in pretty hot. So let's flatten ourselves out a little bit. You see, in 2.5 miles, we need to be at 1700, and we are already at 2100. So let's ride it flat a little bit, just until we get lined up and back in the glide slope. We might actually avoid one of our favorite soundtracks on this channel, and that is my ground proximity warning sensor going off and saying, well, you guys know. Drop it in the chat. If anybody's watched more than 3 of my landing videos, you know what it is. We'll see if we get it this time or not. But there we go, guys. We are all set up for final. That needs to be set to 30. That is correctly armed. Lights are on. We are in our glide slope. Doc Hook has the ball. Let's hit it, boys and girls. Go. And as you see, that wind shifted a little bit, didn't it? It's coming in at 180, but luckily we set up a little bit to the left, so we don't even have to worry about it too much. And that's kind of something that you get used to, at least I've seen flying on coastal airports. You can, when you get down to your minimum levels, you can generally rely on one of some wind coming off of the ocean, or at least in the direction of the ocean. And there you see that play true there for a little bit. And when we get down to actual airport level, we might be dealing with a different level of wind, which we are. Look at that. And now it's 220 at 13.
500.
Never mind. Might come gusting in from the ocean again. Guess we'll see. There we go. See, we are lined up. Ready to
300.
go.
Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums.
I'm gonna cut the engines at minimums. And we're just gonna glide it on in here. Steer for the squares, and then now aim for the end of the runway. Let the ground come to you. Engage reversers. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a textbook landing into Boston 22 left. I hope that tickled everyone's fancy. You can see here, reversers rolling out, spoilers, everything going. Incredible. Aviation nerd in 12B is geeking out. Everyone's excited. Boom shakalaka, as my favorite geophysicist, Stefan Burns, might say. Boom shakalaka. I truly hope everybody enjoyed that landing. I know I did. Please subscribe, like for more of these fun videos, especially to follow along with our journey. We're going to be going all around the world in a 737-900 over the next couple days. So you'll be seeing episodes that are dropping over the next few days that we are in different places around the world, all flying and connecting those, every flight in a 737-900.